Hey guys, M4J3FFR135 here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. And you join me here at Buckingham Palace, our newest interchange hub of the city. You see we have the orange line terminates here, as does the South Shuttle B, the Hub Link 2, and these two bus lines, which are actually now more popular than they were before because of the addition of that little landmark. There are actually people waiting at all of these stops now. And having the monorail rebuilt here also means that this metro stop is slightly more popular than it once was. Which has given me an idea. I need to put in the City Express loop lines again, because these loop trains here are running full. I've also decided that we need a couple of extra stops on the line for the Express. We don't need to build new stations exactly, but we need a couple of extra stops. So I'm thinking of upgrading this one here to be used by the City Express lines as well. So let me just check that the stops are upgraded to their maximum. They're not, but they are now. There we are. And the idea is the express lines will stop at every other stop. So they'll stop here, they'll then skip out this one, and then the next one they'll stop at will be here, which, as you know, is my favourite station on the entire network. Sort of. It's becoming less favourable. I'm starting to favour the MCH again a bit more. But you can see by the vast number of people using this network that it's still very, very important, and it's still very, very popular. So I think this station here is going to be the base of operations for the new City Express line. Now I do need to decide how I'm going to get the tracks in and out. This side isn't too difficult. You can see there's a huge gap here where you can actually build tracks that go up and around and down and to a depot, which I'm going to place. I'm going to have this one above ground actually. I'm going to put that depot I wanted to put it there, but it won't fit. And I can't put it over this way because it'll interfere with the buses. So I think over here is probably the best bet. Like that. Now we need to get the trains in and out. So with one side of it, it's going to be quite simple. Build that to there. That should be relatively flat, and is relatively flat, which is good. Now this is a metro, so we can go underground. So one idea I had for this was to have one track like this branching off, drop it underground, sort of like this, put it like that, like that, like that, and maybe like that, and then take a one-way track and go 1, 2, 3 down underneath like so, and then have it loop up like that, and then here just have it drop down and underground like so. That's one side done, and that's actually the tricky side done and out of the way. So now we've got to do the easy side, and we can do this side without even having to go underground. Well, I say without having to go underground. We will still have to go underground slightly, but it's a lot easier to do because I can see more of what I am doing. So this one can go like this to there like that, and then from here it can go like that, and in fact we could just go in a straight line like that, and then from this side, I need to see what I'm doing there, bring it up like that, round, like that, and down like that. Now I need to rebuild this section. Okay, let me have a look at this again. So from here, we want to go like this, and then in like that, and then from here, we want to go up, 2, round like so, and then down 2, like that. There's a couple of tight bends, but they're not for passenger use, so we should get away with that. And this is going to be our new base of operations, like I said, for the express lines, which is brilliant, because there's quite a few people waiting to head round the loop, especially in the clockwise direction. So what we now need to do is plan out the lines. So I'm going to put M-Link Express clockwise. Okay, plus C, because I can't do couldn't fit the W in. Now we're going to timetable this the same as where's the metro? Hoblink 2, no, M-Link shuttle, that's what I wanted. We're actually running the same type of train as the M-Link shuttle as well, so that would be good for us. Now we plan out the route, so this is the clockwise one, which means we surface over here at the station. It's a long way for the train to travel, but it does a good job of it, I'm guessing. Right, we travel straight through this stop to this one, and then from here we travel straight through this stop over to here, and now this is where things get funny, because we're going to do consecutive stops, so you can interchange with Hublink, and that's fine, that's deliberate, because we're then going to skip through this stop, because this hub here is not as important, and I don't think it ever will be, in all honesty. It's just not as heavily used as I thought it would be. Alright, we now come into the express section, the real express section. We join up with the main network for 2 stops, there and there. And again we stop at the next consecutive stop, which is this one, there, and then we run through this station, and then we stop back at our original. I forgot a crucial part of the network. What the heck am I doing? That is a real blip for me. I forgot that we actually have to go up to the hub and back. Duh. Right. So we run straight through there to this one. Really? That's weird. Why has it done that? That's better. That was strange. Right, straight through to this one. And now we go under the hub to this stop. We then go round via that waypoint. We then go via that waypoint back to this stop. And then again we do the whole express thing to there. I've done it again actually, look. For some reason, yeah, let me have a look at that, because that's not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen. Waypoint. We want that on there and one there. For some reason it runs it in the slow track. We had that problem before. I remember trains grouping up one behind the other. Yeah, that was a real issue. Anyway, run that under there, and then it's via that waypoint, and then it's via that waypoint, and then it's that stop, that waypoint, that stop. It's a real lengthy process. It used to be so easy. That stop. Then we skip past this stop, don't we? Like so. We come all the way over to this stop, which we stop at. We then skip past this stop. I think we have to start this again. That's really weird. Alright, bear with me a second here, guys. I'm going to start this again. So, we go there. We then go under to here. That works fine. We then come over to this one. Stop. Waypoint. All the way up to that stop. We then go that stop. Waypoint. Waypoint. That stop. That waypoint. That stop. No, that's not the issue. I can get under to there fine. So now we skip past that stop. I think it might just be a graphics glitch. So we stop there. We then skip that stop, and I'm actually going to skip the next one. This stop is so unimportant on the line. No one goes there. However, with HubLink, lots of people now travel here. So we'll stop there. We then skip this stop for the same reason as I've just stated. We then go into express mode, so stop there. I mean, we're already in express mode, but now we're in super express mode because we skipped through loads of stations. We then stop here. We then skip out the final station and we return to base. Like so. And then from there we run back to depot. And everything works hunky-dory. We now need to do the opposite. So M-Link Express anti-clockwise. Timetable it exactly the same. Because they're running in opposite directions, there should be enough to separate the two trains when they leave the depot. There's also the fact that one of these exit lines is a hell of a lot longer than the other. That should be enough to separate it as well. If it isn't, then I don't know what is. Right, and then when we run basically this in reverse, so stop, skip, stop, and then we come all the way up here, stop, all the way down to here, stop. This one is a skip. This next one is a stop. This one's a skip. I was tempted to take this station out of the network completely, actually. just having it as a highway interchange. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe. But that's not important right now. Oh, I've got an achievement for the metros. I'll have to see what that is after I've finished recording. So we skip out that one, but we stop at this one. And then we skip this one. But we don't forget to do this loop again, because that would be incredibly stupid. So we go stop, waypoint. All the way up here to stop. And now this time we go waypoint, stop. And then we come back down this way, we go stop, waypoint, stop, stop, and then we go back to the first station again. And there we are. Now, how many trains do we need? Oh wow, a lot by the looks of it. I might move this. I hope I haven't painted myself into a corner with this. The sheer number of trains that we need. 65 I've got that as. That's a lot of trains. Do I really need 65 trains to run this loop? I don't believe that. I think there's been a glitch again. Let's follow one of the clockwise trains round and see how we get on, shall we? So let's, for this bit, come out from underground, whack it in super fast forward. I might have to revisit this at some stage, just to see if this is actually working or not. Well, this one has passengers, even if the anti-clockwise line doesn't. I'm trying to think where it would get 65 trains from. I'm sure the old one only needed 30 something, even though we ended up with more because of the jams. I'm sure that's all it needed. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Alright, make sure this train's behaving itself. It looks like it is. In fact, we need underground view now, because we are underground. Right. Now we are picking up passengers. 72 on board. Run via the waypoint. That's good. Skip past all these stops. Again, just the introduction of this line. You watch how busy the city shuttle will get now. Or the M-Link shuttle, I should say. At those stations. Just because they know that one or two stops away they can get on a faster train. Suddenly it becomes very, very popular indeed. Now this station might become a little bit busier. With all the train movements in and out, but it shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. They work together very, very nicely. One train leaves just as another one's arriving, so they tend to not get in each other's way. Alright, how many people are going to get off at the hub? All 33. Interesting. That's very interesting. So not many people want to leave the hub then. Not from here anyway. Alright, now we're on the express loop. So as this train stops to pick up passengers, we shall overtake. It's a very busy road there as well. I'm not sure why that is. Very busy road there too. Must be where the highway joins. A lot of cars using that highway still. Even though we've got a really good public transit system now, we're moving people around very, very rapidly, there is still a demand for cars. There's a few areas still that aren't fully covered, and if they are covered it's by bus only, which is not the fastest form of transport, admittedly. So I can see why people do still want to take their cars. Hopefully we can fix that though. Right, there's a little bit of a bottleneck there, where it goes down to 2 tracks again. Might have to work on that a little bit. That's simply fixed by adding some extra track there though, so that you can avoid certain junctions. Right, that little bit worked perfectly. We now run into this station where you can see there are tons and tons of passengers waiting. 91 we're up to now. Crazy amount. And again, we ran in uninterrupted. We run out uninterrupted. So that works perfectly. Shoot past that train to this express platform where again, over 100 people waiting. So again, very, very successful. Earns us a lot of money, this network. This metro network is by far the most successful one I've ever built. I'm sure you guys agree as well. It's very, very popular, and I'm very, very pleased with it. Wow, we lost over half our passengers there. That's a lot of people getting off. That is a lot of people. We run back onto the loop, so we can come out from underground view again. Run through that station, run to the next station. Again, interesting to see how many people will get off here. We have 70 people on board now. I have a feeling we've taken all the City Loops passengers away from these stops as well. Because now they know they can get a faster train, why would they wait for the slower one? That's where I do like the pathfinding. They do tend to go for the faster options if you run more than one train on a line. Again, we lost nearly all of our passengers. So, people were using that as a way to get home. Very, very interesting. Seeing how that operates. Very interesting. Right, so we're on the loop. Kind of wish there was a way I could speed this up even more. I just want to see the behaviour of the trains now. I suppose we have been going for quite a long time. The train condition's down to 66%. This train might even run out. I can see it only doing one loop before it goes back to the depot, which means there won't be a bottleneck at that stop, which is kind of beneficial to us. It's just whether it lasts the whole journey before it breaks down. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that it will last the whole journey before it breaks down, but you can never be too careful. There's a lot of loop trains. Maybe I should do it once every hour rather than every half hour. Maybe then we'll need half the amount of trains. I don't know though, because those stations had over 100 people waiting. So after an hour, they could have 200 people waiting. And then there won't be enough capacity on the train, because these only hold 160 passengers. Very much depends. It's a real tricky one. I mean, look how many people got on board here. Hublink's bringing a lot of passengers into this area. Look at the buildings that have sprung up as well. Very, very popular area now. It's one of the fastest growing areas of the city, that. And the new hub in the north, where is it? Northwest corner. That's quite a popular area now as well, fast growing. Where the Maya line and the City West loop lines terminate. Right, we're about to leave the loop and head on to the main network. Got to skip this stop. I'm glad I cleared that bit up actually, because that was causing me nightmares. Watching all the trains bunch up. Just a simple addition of a 4-track depot exit road, and suddenly all your problems just disappear. I don't see any trains queuing on that section now, and it staggers them a lot better as well, so even when they reach the hub they don't really queue. It's quite successful. It's just an idea that I had one morning. I thought, what if I did this? And it worked. So what can I say? Alright, 47 passengers on board as we shoot along the north of the city. Skip past all these stations. There is one still issue with the way this is all linked up, and there is one station that still gets in the way slightly. I'm hoping I can come up with a solution to that. and it's this next bit here. We now have to run into the slow lane in order to branch off and head down to the loop again. And there's that station there where trains stop, and it does cause a bit of a nuisance. So I might build a new diversion line that goes around it. See how that works. Right, so we are now on the loop again. Running round, we got one more stop to go before we head back to origin. And we're fastly approaching it now. Here it is, we meet hub link 1. 67 passengers on board now, we're now dropped to 18. Our train condition has dropped to 43%. So, like I said, I can see it only doing one loop before it goes back to depot. If it does do more than one loop, then we are in trouble, because there's no way it'll get round twice. We'll come out from underground view. Nearly done, running down the east side of the map now. The anti-clockwise loop doesn't seem to be as popular as the clockwise loop. I only ever see single-digit passenger numbers on those trains, which is very, very interesting. I wonder why one direction is popular than the other. That one's got nobody on board. Maybe once every hour isn't such a bad idea after all. I might have to look at that option. Right, just gotta wait to cross the road. There we go. That one should be running back to depot, and is. So then this one probably will run straight back to depot as well. And it looks like it is. Doesn't look like it's filling up again. Nope, running straight across, empty. And into the depot road. Brilliant. Okay guys, so that basically concludes this episode now. I'm going to fiddle around with the timetabling for these lines and see if I can decrease the number of trains required, because we have way too many right now. Way too many. So until then, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed watching the video. And until next time, I will see you soon.